active researcher, scholar, administrator for 25 years, focusing on strategic information systems, electronic business, e-learning, and lately he's really getting into higher education with a special emphasis on funding systems and mechanisms. He was awarded the Computer Educator of the Year in 2003 by our organization, and he received a golden plate from the University of Primorska in 2005 in Slovenia. He's got some political background too. He served as a state secretary at the Ministry of Higher Education, Science and Technology from 2006 until 2008, and we'll leave it at that. And Alex has 23 years of experience. These guys are really old. In academia.
No, we started doing it. They're old though.
Serving as, went through all the ranks of, to full professor, program coordinator, academic and program director, division head and dean. He is a researcher in the fields of information technology and e-learning design. He is current editor-in-chief of the Interdisciplinary Journal of E-Learning and Learning Objectives, and serves on the editorial review board of 4 IACIS publications, including JCIS. He's a fellow at the Informing Science Institute and recipient of a number of awards, including the 2009 Computer Educator of the Year. And now I'll go over to Tom, who is the past president of IACIS. What year was that?
1948.
I thought it was the dirty 30s, but I guess it was in 48. He published the first 2 conference proceedings. Tom is a member of North Dakota Legislative Technology Committee. He didn't put any, he's also a senator at North Dakota. And he is a professor at Minot State University and has been around for many years. I've known Tom, he's from the same state I'm from, and I remember playing baseball against him, Pee-wee baseball. He's not a Pee-wee anymore. And Bob, what the hell, you didn't send me one?
I didn't send you.
I know Bob, and we've known each other since probably the late 70s or something like that. He's been retired 3 or 4 times now, just most recently, within the last year, and has been through the routine of going all the different levels of professorship, including department heads. Have you ever been a dean?
Never been a dean.
He hasn't been a dean. He skipped that one, but is now retired again, but works with a company called Arrow Rock Technologies. And before I waste any more time, we will get started. And we will, again, try to stick to this 6 to 8 minutes, and then we'll open it up to each category, individual category that these guys are talking about. Okay? And I'll try to control them the best I can. I may need help, though.
Of course, we are excited about the topic, and we feel that social media is an explosion. And one time, here we are at higher education, but we have to remember that when we look at K through 12 education, social media is exploding too. I started in a high school district near Barrington, Illinois, and they were just recently part of the Consortium for School Networking study that shows that high schools are doing more in social media than some higher learning institutions. So I thought that was exciting, right, Deanna?
Yes.
And as we look ahead, we have to realize in higher ed that half our students today that are in college today, not you doctoral students that are here though, will not graduate. So when you look at that half the students won't graduate, why is that? Because they're not being engaged. And we've found out by studies that students are 98% engaged in social media. But as far as professors, we're not at that level. So that's a challenge. We have those in the room today to pick it up and get up to speed and being involved in social media. Another thing as we look at social media is we're saying, why is higher education uniquely suited for the adoption of social media? It is highly suited as education is based on the free flow of ideas, knowledge, and blogs. Would you agree with that? You know, we're a freewheeling group. We do what we want to do, right? So how will the use of social media in higher education continue to evolve and change? Expect to see some enormous growth in the following: admission blogs, alumni blogs, higher education employee blogs. Aren't they exciting? Do you have those at your school? Well, I doubt it. Okay, and of course, class blogs. So as we look at how large an impact are social media having on the way colleges and universities communicate with students, alumni, prospective students, and so forth, we know that things are on the move. What are the risks of not using these social media tools at your university? What are the implications in terms of cost and other bottom line measures in higher education? One of the major costs, of course, is time. So as we look at all this and we look at social media, we know that everything in our area, you know, the area management information system is changing on a daily basis. We had a new CEO at Twitter this week. It was mentioned earlier today that Skype met with Facebook this week. Things are just like a rocket when it's changing. So we're going to take a minute and share some ideas with you with this movie, okay? It's not a movie you listen to. You watch the screen carefully.
Yeah.